Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Jesse here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check a tier list of the characters. I don't really like the tier list format because I think it is for the most part a little bit too simplistic. This is a game where every character can perform properly and can beat any kind of stage. It really depends on a bunch of factors like your level, the weapons that you have, the enchantment level, the supporters, the enemy that you're facing, the debuffs of the stage, the role that you're performing. So, with that in mind, I'm going to try to do a thorough analysis of why they're going to be on the selected category, and we are going to analyze three things: farming, bonus stages and tower, that's one category, and VR. You would think that bonus tower and VR are considered challenging content, and it's true, but there's a really big difference between one and the other. So the strategies that you apply to bonus or tower may not work on VR. So that's why I'm making the main difference. And also due to the huge amount of HP that we have on VR and damage, those strategies are optimized for that. Maybe you don't need that much defense on bonus or tower. So let's start in order. We're gonna check them by release date, and we're gonna start with Asagi. The first one is gonna be for farming. This is for farming. So Asagi is suboptimal. Sorry, Asagi, but she can perform farming. But the idea of farming is that you farm quickly, and even though she might do it quickly, yes, she's a single target specialist. So yeah, you don't want her for farming, actually. Then we have Sakura. Sakura is just average. She has skills. She's mainly a main attacker, but she has skills that deal a good AoE damage in front of her. It's not like she's going to hit everyone on the screen, but she hits everyone in front of her, and she can track the enemies with her blue skills. So she's average. Yukikase, average, but it's also almost suboptimal. Why is she average? She has skills that have good AoE, yes, but she requires a lot of positioning, in my opinion. So that's not good. Rinko is great. It is not like busted, but it is great. Like between average and great, because she is she has I don't know the name. I have the game here, so let's see. She has this skill. What's the name? Two skills actually. Wind Slice, it's one of them. This deals a ton of multi hits, and she also has Meteor Impact. Those are two really good skills for farming. That's why she's great. But great, it's basically pretty good, but you're doing it manually. Murasaki, it's average, but only on blue. If you do other builds, she's suboptimal for farming. Let's see. Sue, let me think about her, because Sue, thanks to her renewal, has become better. But how many skills does she have? She has this one, yes. Then can fare optimally. This one, 2 skills for farming. This one is 3 skills, yes. This is the one that does the... No, which is the one that does the... this is the one with the missiles. That's what why I didn't use them. So she has approximately 4 skills that she can use for farming. So I'll put her on average, but among the average, she's very good because of the all green skill. That skill is really good for farming because it gathers the enemy and then you deal damage. That's super useful, but it's slow and it's kind of the main skill that you want to use for farming. When Rinko has two really good skills that deal a lot of damage. As I said, Su has a ton of skills, but I just can't see it because I don't have her level up. Mine is 75, and even though I can farm with her, I am not using the level 81 skill, this one, the awakening skill, to farm. And this one I don't like. I mean, it's good, but I don't like because you have to receive a hit, so you have to wait for the enemies. Not that I have to receive a hit. In this case, the damage doesn't matter in dailies, but waiting for the enemy to do something that I do not like. And this one, unfortunately, has to. It just hits a couple enemies, not too many, and it doesn't deal too much damage compared to this one. Let's see. Then we have Shiranui, a suboptimal. I mean, yeah, for the most part, she's suboptimal. She has two good skills for farming, but if I'm not mistaken, those skills have long cooldowns. 14 seconds and 11 seconds. No, it's not that long. But, no, she has 3 skills. No, she's actually good, sorry. She's actually good. I was thinking about the basics because I usually do the basics. But another thing to take into consideration, okay? So you're gonna use Sogetsuin or Yugen Goku along with Rondo. That's the idea for farming with her. So she has a very big AoE with those, so she can farm properly. If you try to rely on basics to farm with this one, it is extremely suboptimal. Yeah, she's even with the speed increase, I think she's kind of slow with that start on the basic attack. And of course, Emily is outstanding. Why is she outstanding? Just because she enables auto farming. Auto farming is just too good on farming. The ability to not hit any button and just receive the rewards is great. Kurenai suboptimal. She, just like Asagi, is really focused on single target. Even though she has a couple AoE skills, I know she isn't like the thing that you want because she's not fast. I mean, she can be fast, but you don't want to button mash when you farm. You just want to stop thinking and do easy combos. Oboro, it's average, but it could go to great. Why? Because Oboro has, let's see here, Bloodstorm. She has, what's the other one? Vicious Slasher. Yeah, I'll say Weak Slice. No, yeah, she's not great as a farmer. She's just average because which one? Bloodstorm, it is really good for farming, but Vicious Slasher require you to position yourself properly. As I mentioned, you don't want to think when you're farming. You just want to do the easy combos and get the most AoE that you can. And if you have to position yourself, that's not good. Then we have Asuka. In my opinion, suboptimal. Let's see. First impression, suboptimal. Why do I say this? One of her... I mean, she has Mach Punch. She has this one. Wing God Slicer, which require you to evade. Mach Impact, which is really good, yet you need to position yourself properly. The same can be said about Mach Punch. This one facilitates farming. This one facilitates farming. Let's see. No. Yes, maybe. Okay, let's go with average. Yeah, because she has a ton of options. But the ones that deal the most damage definitely require you to position yourself properly. Not this one, Mag Punch and Mag Impact. Those are the ones that deal the most damage, are pretty good. But if you are too close to the enemy and they surround you to the sides, you're not gonna hit the ones that are on the sides, just the ones that are in front of you. That's the problem with these specific skills, Mag Punch and Mag Impact. Bombscape is really good, but it is not something you're going to abuse with that cooldown. Let's see. Then we have Kirara. Kirara. If I'm not mistaken, Kirara is. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. My god, why? Please log in. Please log in. Okay. Let's see. Why am I here? Okay. Character Kirara. Oh. Number Kirara. So yeah, Kirara, if I'm not mistaken, Frigid Zone, not good. Not good for farming. Suboptimal for farming. The AoE is just long, but it's not wide. I mean, suboptimal because it's only on the front. You have to wait for the enemy. This one does work. A counter? No. No, yes, she's definitely suboptimal, yeah. No doubt about it. Ingrid. Oh, my poor girl Ingrid. I miss my old Ingrid. They did him wrong. Okay. So Ingrid, it is similar to Asagi. Let's see. Does she have anything? She still has the. She has Dark Flare, yeah, but it is. Usually, slow is good, but here on farming, you want more speed. No, no. Yes, one skill, two skills, and the basics. Oh, yeah. And this one, suboptimal for farming. She's just too centered around single target and dealing damage. I mean, she deals good damage, but she needs to position herself properly with the skills that did the most damage to clear the enemies. And for that, you want them to gather. It's just easier to attack them wherever they are and deal damage for farming. Noah, definitely suboptimal too. I am very strict with my tier list. That's why I don't do tier list. So let's see. This one is good for farming. This one is good for farming. Thanks to the size increase, it's a little bit better, the AoE. But, okay. You know what? I'll give her the great status because of the area increase, the size increase, and the fact that many of her skills actually already have a good AoE. So only because of that, yeah. Like for example, this one has a good AoE. This one has a good AoE. This one has a good AoE. This one, I mean, it looks like a good AoE. Yeah, I mean, these three skills and this one, yeah, I love that one for farming. It is a shame that this one, well, thanks to the size increase, it hits more than it used to. So yeah, it is great for farming, but just that because she has a ton of skills that do AoE, and the size increase really helps her. Astaroth is outstanding. She's not an auto farmer, but you just have to press one button and you're gonna clear the stage. So she's definitely outstanding. Outstanding is not gonna be limited to just Emily and you know who. So Astaroth is here because she's really, really easy to use. Tokiko, oh my god, the one that I don't play. Let's see. For Tokiko, what do we have? No. No. Yes. No. It used to be a yes, but now it's a no. This skill used to be good, but now that the enemies take a little bit more time to respawn, you just lose the timing of this skill. And besides, look at this horrible cooldown. My god. They already did... no. They did her pack, but they haven't done the renewal. This one, it is not good because you have to control the enemy to go in front of you. Not good because it has, in my opinion, not enough AoE. Somewhat decent, and this one, no. Yeah, no doubt about it, suboptimal. Sorry, guys. Shizuru is good. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. She has... Forget about the skills. She has really good effects on the skills so that she can farm easily. So, she has defense reduction on red. Whip Shot has a very good AoE. Rose Rondo has a really good AoE. Plant One has a really good... well, it is a decent AoE, not a really good AoE. Let's see, we have Plant Invade, not bad, but it's only to the front. Healing, not good for farming. Good for farming, yes, this is good for farming. I don't like that you have to position yourself with this one, like, pretty well so that you hit everyone. And this one doesn't matter. So, yeah, she is great. Then we have Felicia. I think she can go to average. I barely use it as an attacker anymore. But let's see. An AoE, but this skill it's like to deal damage actually. Let's see. No. Perfect debate. No. The basics are kind of good for farming. Yes. This one, no. Yes, this is good. Yes, this is good. No, a counter, no. So she is average-ish. The basics are already good by themselves and they can be enhanced, oddly enough. And with the red and green, she can farm easily with the pure skills. But I don't recommend this character. She's like average to suboptimal. I'm not going to organize them by order of priority. No, I'm just giving the comments. Micah is outstanding as well. As easy as that. She has good range, good AoE. She can be interrupted easily, but you don't care about that. Just by using Death from Above is great. Incendiary Round is great. Megiddo is not good. No. Ruthless Explosion. This is the skill. This is the skill that really makes her super, super good as a farmer. Because you get a huge amount of multi-hit and damage. And on red you're also going to decrease the defense, so you deal even more damage. Yeah. And Carpet Bombing also super, super good for farming. So yeah, Micah is outstanding. Rin is great. I won't say that she is outstanding, but she does have a good AoE. And if when she doesn't, she has either good damage or good ways to gather the enemies, as you may have seen in my previous video. So, yeah, she is good. Then we have another one that I don't use. Sora. Let's see Sora very quickly. Sora, but it has a very small area of effect. That's good, but you need positioning. That's good for farming. Above. Yeah, the arrow. The same good, but you need positioning. No. Not bad, the red one, but not good either. No. Yeah, just average. Unfortunately, she's just average. Yeah, she does have some good skills that deal AoE damage, but having to position yourself, what a hassle, no. Let's see. Anna Rose is average to great. Why do I say this? Because she does have a bunch of skills that have good AoE, but she relies too much on basics sometimes, depending on how you build her. For example, Rymax is super good for farming. Madosen is super good for farming, but you have to position yourself properly. Devour is super good for farming. Grudge can be used for farming. This one. Yeah, Darkness can be used for farming. Yeah, it is great. Yeah, it is great. But that's about it. She's not outstanding. Momochi Nagi. I want to put her on outstanding. Let me just check her. Momochi. Storm Dance, good. Whatever. Good for farming. Also good. No, this is good for farming and this is good for challenging content. Not that great for farming. Great for farming. Great for farming. Not good for farming. Acceptable for farming. And this one? Not good for farming. I mean, it can deal with a lot of enemies, but you need positioning. So I'll put her on great. She's not like as busted as everyone else. She just have many skills with AoE, and she has many skills that do not require you to position yourself properly. Then we have Aina, another one that I don't play that much. Let's see. Okay. This increases the... No. No, doesn't increase the area. A drone. A good AoE. Good AoE. Let's see. What is that? Decent AoE, but not too busted. Not good. 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 Okay. I don't play with Aina that much, so I cannot put her on outstanding because I don't have the experience. But she's definitely great at the very least. Maybe she's outstanding? You tell me, guys. Main Ainas, please tell me. No. Fuma. I don't think Fuma is gonna be high on the list. I mean, this is good. Stomp and this one are they look very similar. That's why I'm confused. So 2 good skills. This is also good. That is also good, but not as good as the other 3. Calamity. Also good, but the same, not as good as the other 3. And I was wrong. She is actually very acceptable for farming. I don't know. Average or great? What's the problem with her? If you're facing ranged enemies, she is not going to perform good because she does the kicks in front of her, or all the AoEs around her. So you want the enemies to come in front of you. If they don't, you don't have that much range as these characters. Rinko has the mobility. Nui has the long attacks. Noah also has the mobility. Chizuru has the range, but she unfortunately doesn't have the range. She has a good a good amount of AoE attacks, yes, but if you're facing any enemies that don't come near you, she's not gonna farm effectively. Guess what? Another auto farming character, so obviously outstanding. We don't even need to check her. Um, as much as I don't like this, you go here. So why on average? She does have a good amount of skills that deal AoE attacks and range attacks. But Eleanor heavily relies on positioning for most of her skills. And I mean heavily. She is a mid-range attacker. So you don't want the hassle to actually just think where you're going to be standing. You just want to mash buttons. And she's not good at that. you really need to be careful when playing with Eleanor so that you take full advantage of her. And then we have Heviko, my girl Heviko. I really like Heviko after what they did with her. So, good for farming. Not good. Good for farming. What else? No. Yes and no at the same time, because it is kind of a single target attack that can hit a couple more enemies. Let's see. Which other one? This one. So this one we have like 3-4 skills. Let me think. I am biased because I checked the performance with the weapon. Without the weapon, you don't have the mobility in blue. But she does have the other tentacles that come from the floor and slow the enemy. Yeah, I'll definitely put her on great. I mean, you just have to evade, position yourself properly, and do the spin. Yeah, she is very easy to use. Spinel, great. Just great. She's not outstanding. Why great? Because she has a ton of skills with good AoEs. This one has a good AoE. Her basic have a good AoE when enhanced. This one has a good AoE. This one helps with farming, yes. This one lasts long enough so that you are going to hit everyone that comes into you. It's not that the AoE itself is good. This one is good because of the AoE on red and because you get near the enemy. And this one is not good for farming, and neither is this one. And besides, she becomes faster, so obviously she is good on farming. So this is the kind of list that we're making here. These are outstanding, these are great, these are average, and these are suboptimal. The fact that they are on any of the tiers doesn't mean that they cannot do it. Everyone can do it. Remember that always. But what do you want on farming? You don't want to think. You just want to get your resources, and you want to do it fast with minimal effort. That's why everyone is on this spot. This, you don't have to think or farm. It's super easy. These have good AoEs and deal a lot of damage. These, even though they may deal a lot of damage or have good AoEs, they don't have the necessary requirements. They don't have enough AoE. They need to take care of their positioning. They only do certain things in certain builds. So that's why they are here. And these ones, mainly because they are single target slow or something like that. Which is like the antithesis of farming. That's why. Now, bonus stages and tower. Bonus and tower. Asagi is good on those. It is outstanding. Why is she outstanding? Because she has the slow on Kojinka. She has HP recovery if you need it on blue. And she has a ton of speed buffs. So she can work properly here. Sakura. Average. Sorry, Sakura. Why average? She's just a damage dealer. She doesn't have that much appeal on challenging content for single target, for single units. Tower and bonus only use one character, while VR uses 3 characters on the same stage. I mean, Tower also uses 3 characters, but it's one at a time, so it's basically one per stage. So the thing with Sakura is that she does deal a good amount of damage. She does have a couple debuffs and buffs, but she doesn't have too much debuffs or buffs. She just deals damage, and she only has HP recovery on blue. So she's not that viable, but neither is she negligible. She does have good damage if you build her properly. Yukikase, average nowadays. Power creep has really hit this character. She used to be really good. She does have damage. She does have HP recovery, but she relies heavily on positioning, and she doesn't do much other than damage. She have like one debuff, I don't remember, but it is not enough to carry her. So it is just an average attacker for the most part. Rinko is only great, not outstanding. Why great? Because she does have damage. She shreds super armor. She can do a build for sustain. She can do a build for absolute damage with green. She can do many things. She's a great damaging character. And even though she doesn't have a plethora of buffs and debuffs, she has just enough and just what you need. Defense reduction. Let me show you. Here. Where are you? Rinko. So if I'm not mistaken, defense reduction on green, very good. Damage increase on green, very good. Reduce damage taken, excellent. Where are they? A speed increase on green, nice. Increase critical damage, very rare buff and very good buff. Reduce enemy speed. She does have many options. She doesn't feel like she inflicts a lot of debuffs like other characters, but she can. So she is very good. But not outstanding. Just Kojinka is just busted for challenging content when you're piloting Asagi. Murasaki, busted. Especially on green. But red is also great, and blue can do things depending on what you have. So she just has the HP recovery to never die, and she can deal a huge amount of damage depending on what you do with this character. Suboptimal. Why? Why is Su suboptimal? It all revolves around the problem that she has. That her main trait is having super armor. But super armor only allows her not to get interrupted. It doesn't give her defense, it doesn't give her anything. And she doesn't have HP recovery, another big disadvantage of this character. It is a shame just with the added defense on all the super armor, she would be great. She really needs like a leader skill that says when she has super armor, she gets other buffs. Or my god. Poor Sue. I really like her, but God. The fact that she is suboptimal doesn't mean that she cannot beat the stages. Remember that. She has been shown in different by different people beating what's the name, VR, but God is she lacking. Shiranui. Great. Shiranui is great because she has a ton of damage. She has good HP recovery in Rondo. Unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, she has to go red for you to do HP recovery. Let's see. Rondo, red, yeah. So if you want to do challenging content when you are not sure that you're going to shred the enemy instantly, you have to go red. But other than that, she can deal a ton of damage with any of the builds, and she can also go tank. Tank damage, oddly enough. Let's see. Emily. Well, great or outstanding? Great or outstanding? Outstanding. Okay, outstanding. She has many strong points here. She has healing, but in her case, her healing for solo challenging content is not that good because it's a healing area with a set amount of healing, which means you're not healing as much as Murasaki does with her healing skills, because she gets a percentage of damage, and that heals more than the area of effect. But what's the main advantage of this? Emily can use a plethora of supporters. She has a ton of combinations to go defensive, to go offensive. She has a ton of utility. She can do slow on the enemy. She can deal more damage. She's great. She's just great. Kurenai is also outstanding, mainly because of green. Because with green, she has a ton of HP recovery. Deflective wind just becomes super good for HP recovery, and the cooldown is very short. It's not like the shortest, but it's very short. God's Eye is also good. In that kind of challenging content, you can crit a lot, so she's great. Oboro, Oboro is great, only great. She can do very impressive things, but just like Asagi, she relies on Kojinka a little. Well, not Kojinka. For her is Hypnosis Seal, and she, unlike Asagi, doesn't have HP recovery. That's the only reason why she's not higher on the list. She really needs her rework. Okay. Then we have Asuka. Asuka Asuka, my girl. Going from average to suboptimal. Let's see. Let's see very quickly. If you have the weapon, this weapon, or this weapon, that's another story. Asuka changed dramatically with those. But let's say you don't. Let's say you have an average weapon, an arena weapon. Then she deals damage, yes, but that's about it. She doesn't have like something super good. She can reduce the enemy's defense. She does have speed reduction. Let's see, increase damage, increase. She buffed herself. You have to take a hit. Debuffs the enemy. So I'll put her on. Let me think. Her performance. Average. Average is fine. Kirara. Poor Kirara. It really depends. Let me explain. I'm gonna put her on average, but it really depends. It can go to suboptimal or to great, depending on what you build with her. So I'm just going to stabilize that and put her on average, because Kirara either uses green with this and deals a ton of damage, and snow leopard sprint, that's also a ton of damage, or you go for control, tanky control, with this, frigid zone, or you go for red damage with this. So yes, she's average for the most part. One thing that really sets her there is the fact that she is very slow on her main attacks. I know that they make her tanky, but she needs HP recovery. She needs to be faster on the basic attacks. She's another character who really needs a rework. Ingrid is great, but it's like a great generic. She just has a ton of attack and deals a lot of damage with her skills. I won't like talk too much about her. She's just good. She does have options for every color, but green is definitely the strongest. Noah, 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 Noah. Oh, Noah. I mean, I have bias here because I have the weapon and I usually use the weapon, which really enhances this skill. Harpy's Dream Shade. This skill is also good. That is not good because of super armor on the enemy. They're going to hit you. It is good that she has like 2 ways to recover HP. Yeah, 2 ways to recover HP. Okay, she can be great because she has 2 ways to recover HP mainly, and on the green build she can deal a ton of damage. Let's see, Astaroth. Oddly enough, I'm just going to put her on great. I really want to say outstanding, but she's not outstanding. In fact, she's very risky because she does have HP recovery, yes, in Satellite Flare, but come on, if you don't have the weapon, you're not recovering that much HP with Satellite Flare. So yeah, she does deal a ton of damage. That's why she's super great. She has debuffs, damage increase, but it's risky. If you misclick, if you don't avoid one hit, she may die. Tokiko suboptimal. Sorry, girl, but this poor girl locks herself into an attack. This one is fine. This one is a buff. Needing to control the enemy to go a certain way is not great. Not great. This one is usable. Yeah. This one is very good, actually. Yeah, unfortunately, I think she's suboptimal. She does have a ton of debuffs, but she's just lacking overall. Poor girl. Busted. Another one busted. No doubts, not doubt about it. She just have too much damage and good debuffs. And she also has a healing area. As I mentioned, healing areas aren't great, but they are another way of healing. I mean, they aren't great considering that you recover more with a hit attack that recovers HP. Felicia, I mean, she's great. She's outstanding, but only on red. With the other builds, it's just great because of the amount of HP recovery that she has. You can go with full damage and maybe a little bit of damage reduction, and with that, you're going to be sustaining yourself. Oops, my mic properly. And here we have Micah. Micah is outstanding, but she's delicate. I'm gonna put her on great because there is that disadvantage of using a character that is very squishy. So she deals a ton of damage. She can debuff the enemy, but if the enemy has super armor and gets near you, you're gonna have trouble. Rin is busted. Busted. No doubts about it. She can debuff the enemy, she recovers HP, she can be tanky, she can do a ton of things. Sora is, let's see, no average, unfortunately. Even suboptimal for solo content, for solo. Why? She does deal a good amount of damage. She does have debuffs and buffs, but the amount of control that she provides for a ranged attacker, it is not enough. Compared to the slow on Emily, compared to the damage with Astaroth, compared to the debuffs and damage of Micah, she just doesn't cut it. Let's see. Here we have this one. Reduce the enemy damage. Increase the speed. Increase the speed I like. Okay. Recover HP. Nice. Increase has a snare, reduces enemies damage, increase the damage. This one, the damage reduction on the enemy. Come on, this is not good. I mean, maybe for BR, but not here. You don't want to receive attacks as a range attacker. HP recovery, nice. And damage, speed increase, reduce enemies speed. Yeah, it is increased damage, increased defense. Okay, so yeah, it is very unfortunate. She's suboptimal because she doesn't provide enough control or damage. Well, maybe damage she does, but okay, let's say average. Why? She does have damage, and she does have two colors where she can recover HP. But you constantly need to run from the enemy. And she doesn't have the amount of control or multi-hits to just shred the super armor or stuck them, root them, and snare them, whatever you want to call it. Well, yeah. Outstanding, yeah, she is very good because she has passing to Anaro. She is very good because she has a lot of damage, HP recovery, speed control. She has many things on her kit. Momochinagi also outstanding. She has HP recovery, she has range damage, she has melee damage, she has a ton of good skills that deal a good amount of damage. Yeah, damage. And let's see, does she have like buffs? Yeah, she has a ton of buffs. Increase defense, increase damage, reduce the enemy's defense, reduce the enemy's defense, reduce the enemy's speed, increase damage, increase speed, increase damage. Yeah, she has a ton of buffs and some debuffs, so she is outstanding. Just the HP recovery and the kind of AoE that she has on her attacks is pretty good already. Difficult to assess. Difficult to assess. I would put her on average because I don't remember her having too many too many uh, control effects. Let's see. Sorry, I have to answer that. Increase speed by 10%. Stun, increase speed, increase defense. So she's mainly a damage dealer, as I can see. Yeah, she has many effects that focus on damage. Give me one moment, guys. There we go. Nice. So what happened there? That she's going to end up in average. Even she could be suboptimal because she only has damage. Unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, it's a big amount of damage. That's what I'm putting her here. But the fact that she only provides damage, it is very bad on challenging content because you also want control, HP recovery, or such. Uh, Micah is great, as easy as that. She has the disarm, she has a ton of damage, decent AoE on her skills. I mean, the problem is, as I mentioned on farming, that it's a very short AoE compared to other characters, but it is an AoE nonetheless, and mostly all around her, so that's pretty good. Yeah. She has also HP recovery, which is really appreciated. She has buffs of her own, she has debuffs. Yeah, she is just great. Shisui busted. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. She has just too much defense on green, and she deals a ton of damage on blue, and she red is already innately good as a color, so yeah, she deals a ton of damage. Eleanor, I'm thinking without the weapon because with the weapon it's outstanding. Let's see. No, just great. Just great. Why? Well, let me justify that. Maybe just average. I'm thinking without the Eleanor supporters. I'm thinking without the weapon. What is she? Is she good? I mean, she puts wet on the enemy constantly. Yes. Increase the duration. Increase the damage. She has good buffs. Good multi-hit also. The problem is that it doesn't break the super armor on its own. You need, well, if you have enough damage, it does. Yeah, it is a great mid-range attacker, but that's about it. It's great, but almost average, okay? Heviko. Heviko, I have always thought that she is great. Actually, I'm gonna put her on outstanding because of the blue build too, because she has a great amount of HP recovery on blue, thanks to the double ink buff. She has good control with Octopus Field. She has also good control with Octopus Choke. She can deal a lot of damage with Windmill, with Slicer. What is this one? This one I haven't used that much. So yeah, she is good. And besides, she's one of the few characters who has a taunt, and she also has invisibility or stealth. So she is outstanding, oddly enough, on this kind of content. And outstanding, she's just too busted. As you can see, I put just few characters on suboptimal. And remember, everyone works, but what do you want on these kind of stages? You want HP recovery, yes. You want a lot of damage, a lot of buffs, a lot of debuffs. If your characters have that, it's great. You also want, when you're doing challenging content, you are going to position yourself properly. But if you require a lot of positioning and a lot of distance between you and the enemy, that's not going to work unless you have absurd amounts of damage. Uh, Unfortunately, I cannot assess these two properly. Neither can I assess Sue or Tokiko because they're kind of my weakest characters. So that's why I'm putting them here mainly. Do you think this is correct, guys, or would you put them higher? In my opinion, the fact that these don't have enough buffs or control really uh, it's really hindering their grade. Now, very quickly, let's tackle VR. VR is quite different. So, Asagi is great, just great. She's not outstanding. She's great because she does have the control. She does have debuffs. She has defense debuffs. She can recover HP. She can be built as a tank. But, but, she doesn't provide just enough. You need absurd amount of damage. You need absurd amount of buffs in this mode. And besides, I mentioned that you need HP recovery, yes, but Asagi's HP recovery is pretty slow. If the enemy moves, she's gonna miss the hit and she's not gonna recover. So that's a thing. Sakura. Sakura goes from average to suboptimal to outstanding. Outstanding if she has the weapon, but suboptimal the magical girl weapon, but suboptimal if she doesn't. Because as I mentioned, she only deals damage, which can make her average, but no, I'm gonna put her on suboptimal. Yukikase, the suboptimal because she, I mean, suboptimal to average. Let's see. I'm gonna put her on average just because she's a ranged attacker and you can put the AI to work on her. So what happened with this one? I feel that if she gets hit, she's gonna explode. It's just that. I don't have her on a level where I could test that because she is definitely going to explode. But she has always been very squishy because she's a ranged character. Even though she has HP recovery, the amount of damage that we have on VR are too big for anyone to take a hit, especially anyone squishy. Rinko is just great. The fact that she shreds super armor is good, very good and very valuable on VR. She does have good debuffs and buffs, but she really needs good weapon and good supporters to be outstanding. So she's just gonna be great. Murasaki is outstanding, no doubt about it. She just can heal and tank whatever she faces. Suboptimal, sorry, my girl. It's a shame. She just needs more debuffs, buffs, more buffs. She needs something on that super armor, on top of that super armor. That's about it. If she gain maybe a bunch of endurance is like a kind of a pseudo invincibility, I think. Maybe that would work. Let's see. Shiranui, average, unfortunately. Why average if she's so good? Because she relies too much on the red builds. First of all, if you do any other builds, you have to tackle lower steps on VR. So yeah, and you cannot crit with on VR. So green builds are not that good. So yeah, it's her over reliance on red. She can go to great, especially on demon if you have the weapon, but I'll just leave her at average. Emily, Emily, it's outstanding. What a surprise! Why is she outstanding? Because she has debuffs, she has healing for the party, she constantly attacks and deals damage. She yeah, that's about it. Because of the debuffs and healing, that's why she's super great. Then we have Kurenai. Wait one moment. I'm going to move something. There. There it is. So Kurenai is Virage. What's the problem with this? Her HP recovery is on the counter attack. She has also another kind of HP recovery, but that works on red and it works on multiple enemies. You're not going to recover too much if you go with against one enemy with that skill. So yeah, you cannot afford to take a hit usually on VR to recover your HP. And Murasaki can, and if you build her tank, she can. But other than providing like a little bit of damage and hitting, she's not going to do anything. Also, the fact that she relies too much on crits, thanks to God's Eye, is part of the reason why she has dropped so much. Then we have Oboro. Oboro is great, thanks to Hypnosis Seal. That really works with Mas Taimanin and Queen Arachne. But that's about it. In fact, Oboro is quite risky. You want to use her with someone who can heal her. But she does work. She does work. Okay. She. She. Asuka is like in all the tiers. My god. Let me explain. She doesn't have a HP recovery, so that's a problem. If you have the weapon, she can perform better. She can do the role as a slow debuffer, actually, for VR, which is great. But all of this relies on the weapon. If you don't have the weapon, it's very difficult to play with her unless you have dedicated healers. So I'll just put it on suboptimal, but she does have a lot of potential. But it relies on the weapon or other characters. Let's see. Kirara, suboptimal. Her best build is definitely the crit build with green. And if you try to go support with blue, she doesn't have HP recovery integrated on her kit, so she needs to rely too much on the supporters. It would be good, blue, if she had her own ways to recover HP. Let's see here. Kirara. HP. I don't see HP. No. No ways to recover HP, so that's the main problem with her. She really could be a great supporter if not for the HP recovery lag. And this one is average. The problem is that you have to go blue or go red because green relies on critical too much. You see, all the characters that rely on critical are going down. So yeah, she does deal damage, but she doesn't provide that much to the team. The burn effect is good because you're going to survive the enemy's hits, but that's about it. Noah can be great. Let me think. No, I'm gonna drop her to average because two of her colors, in my opinion, red and green, are not that good, specifically on BR. I mean, we can manage, yes, with green, but we would be very specific. We would be using things like, where are you? Like Homare now, like Hisui and Minasaki. We would be using that. Only then, okay. I'll put you on great because you have two colors that are usable. So actually, like, it is okay. She can deal damage, she can heal, but she is best used on blue because of the amount of healing. She can work as a counter, as a tank, okay? That's what she provides to the team. She's a counter more than anything. Um, Astaroth is outstanding. You just need a counter, and Astaroth is going to do all the work. Because of the damage. She doesn't need anything other than the damage. That's great for her. Um, I'm going to put Tokiko on average because she provides good debuffs, if I'm not mistaken. So she has a good amount of debuffs. Let's see. Decrease the target's speed, reduce damage taken. That is a buff. Reduce speed, reduce enemies damage, reduce enemies defense. Nice one, nice one. The target's defense is lowered. Also good, and it's a good defense reduction. Increases speed. Decrease the target's speed. So yeah, she has good debuffs, so she can work as a supporter. But you know how she works, so she is not optimal. Then we have Shizuru. She's outstanding. She deals a ton of damage. She heals. She debuffs the enemies. Felicia is outstanding, but only because of her role as a dedicated healer for everyone. Not because as a main attacker she would be like super busted. She can work, but she's not as busted. She heavily relies on crit on red bills to deal an obscene amount of damage. So more than anything is her healing capabilities. Outstanding because as long as, similar to Asteroid, as long as you have a tank, you're going to be able to hit the enemy. Outstanding because she has HP recovery, she has a lot of damage, but she has troubles with machines. Everyone that gets near the machines has troubles with them, unless they have a good amount of super armor on them, like Murasaki. Great, actually. She's great. She deals consistent damage, just like Micah or Astaroth. I cannot see it, but because I don't have her on that level, but I know for a fact that she can deal damage. The problems that she had on bonus stages and tower are not a problem anymore because the enemy is not going to target you because there are more targets on the field. So that's why she just went up. Unfortunately, just great, not like super busted. She can be tanky, she can debuff the enemy, she can heal, blah blah blah. But she also relies heavily on crit, and she can do builds to crit in Time 5 BR, but we are not going to analyze that. But she does work. She does work. Average or great. Average or great. It really depends on the stage that you're tackling. Like, great overall, but if you're facing machine, it's average because of the knockback effect. She has the damage, she has the HP recovery, so she can manage. She's up again. Two characters that are up because she also deals a good amount of damage, and you can use the tanks or counters to just distract the enemy. outstanding because she has disarm, but it is very difficult to use against machines too. So be careful. With Master Taimanin and Queen Arachne, it's okay. But another thing, she really needs help. If I'm not mistaken, she doesn't have HP recovery, or she does. Let's see. HP restoration. Oh, but it's on this one. Oh god. HP restoration. She does have HP restoration. That's great. So yeah, she's outstanding. Outstanding as usual. We don't have to discuss Shisui. Eleanor. Eleanor is average. I mean, Eleanor can be outstanding, but I'm not taking into consideration weapon and supporters. If we use the weapon or the White Feather Asuka supporter or both, she's outstanding, no doubt. But without those, she's just average. In fact, she would be maybe suboptimal. So I'm just gonna put her here. Heaviko. Heaviko here is going to be what is this? She has HP recovery. She has a taunt. She can be tanky. She debuffs the enemy. Great. She's great. Yeah. And of course, Spinel, no doubt, is busted. So there you have it, guys. That's my tier list. Okay, so as you can see, what do we focus on when we're tackling BR? On inflicting debuffs, on getting sustain, on keeping with the range attackers keeping our distance, and that's why Eleanor goes back, because she's a mid-range attacker, so she gets just too close to the enemies. So yeah, and as usual, all of the characters can perform, but this is a general evaluation of what are the advantages and disadvantages of each character. I mean, I have finished like higher stages of Taima 5 BR against Master Taimanin with Sakura, and I have also done it with Kurenai, and I have used Eleanor and such, but the build really affects what you're able to do or not. So, what do you think about the video? Do you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think we should re-evaluate some of them, put them higher on the list? What's your reason for that? Tell me, because as I mentioned, I don't know like all the characters. Aina, Sora, Noah to some degree, Sue, Kirara, Tokiko, especially Tokiko. I don't play with them as much as other characters, but even so, I know what they're able to do. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!